Well, hello, Christine.
Hi, good to see you. Happy
Good,
Friday.
happy Friday to you too. Tell me first, before we start the whole process about the event, tell me first about the competition that you ran and what you've done as far as getting us an extra speaker.
Thanks for asking that question. I've just run something called the first Wield Your Wisdom contest. And the idea behind wielding your wisdom is that the powerful woman may stand with a sword, the sword being the tongue, and use her voice to share her knowledge, wisdom, and experience of her life. So back at the end of 2024, I started a group program for some of our ladies in Costa Women. And we have spent that time helping them shape one aspect of their story into a TEDx type talk that gave them the opportunity to then compete for a place on your stage. And so the other night, as you know, you were there, we held a contest. My mum is an international examiner and adjudicator. She has been in the field of speech and drama and public speaking for over 30, I think 35 years now, it's fair to say. So she came and adjudicated, examined like a real examiner, no input from me. And then we had a winner of the contest. So they all performed very well. It was really great to see them because it's not an easy feat.
Yeah, no, it was really great. And we're going to be meeting one of those speakers, as you said, at the conference. So really excited to share that a bit later, who's won that competition. How to wield your wisdom is actually your topic as well. So give us a bit of your story and what your wielding your wisdom was for you.
I think I wield different wisdom depending on the group I speak to and what their need is. It started on the TEDx stage in 2022. I mean, it probably started before that, but consciously it started when I did my TEDx talk, The Ripple Effect of Vulnerability. At that time, I was still very mentally shaken. I was in post-traumatic stress. And I stood up on the TEDx stage and I was very, very vulnerable to the point where, as I said in the talk, it may have been risky to my brand, risky to my reputation. And indeed it was, because when a woman particularly seems shaky, it's very hard for her to receive trust from anybody for business and for operations, unless there's another good woman who's seen it and put the trust in her. But I stand behind it. And I have been more vulnerable since. I'm out of PTSD now, I'm recalibrated, but I still firmly believe that if somebody is in a state where they dump what this whole idea of the trauma dump on another person, they need to, and they don't know that that's what they're doing. So, excuse me, my wielding my wisdom was saying we get into different places in our lives all the time. And when we have a bit of compassion for a person who suddenly seems to dump their story on us, we can become part of their ripple and part of the sharing of the vulnerability. And even actually, it was proven in the group program that I did, because one of the ladies, we did some coaching around it, and I got her to a place where she was willing to be more vulnerable and share some of herself. And the moment she did it, she rippled into somebody else. So it began with the TEDx stage. It's continued with the podcast and with the work that I do with clients and some of the videos and the posts that I put up online. Did I answer or did I go on a total tangent?
So, well, would you say that because I've asked the others about their zone of genius, but would you say that vulnerability is a zone of genius for you?
Can I come back on that?
Yes, you can.
I studied marketing, and I'm a big one. I very much advocate against buzzwords in marketing. I know we have to use them. I know they exist and people get excited about them, but the whole idea of the zone of genius, where's that one point within you that is your genius? I don't have one. Every single bit of me has the potential and possibility to be a zone of genius. And when people say, you know, what gives you the right to do that? They're looking for my genius or my experience or my knowledge, which we all have a right to use your words, be, do, and have whatever we want to be. So that's is vulnerability a zone of genius? Yeah, maybe. Is it the only one? No, I don't think so.
No, yeah, cool. The conference is called Make It Happen by Being You, which flows quite well from what you just said. But what does that phrase mean to you?
Find a way to look inside and listen. And after listening, discern what you have heard from within you. And I say discern because when we listen to our inside, sometimes we hear other people's voices. So the discernment is, was that my voice that I heard speaking, or was that somebody else's voice? And then separate your voice from another person's voice. Then filter. If you want some of what the other person has said, if it's feeling positive and it will work for your life, fine, take it in. If not, decide to remove it. And then from what you have heard that you want to use and to keep for yourself as your truths, put a plan around it and take action. Or just take action, because sometimes it's impossible to plan. And it depends if you've got a neurodivergent brain, which I am exploring at the moment in my own brain. The idea of planning means that you might as well just go to bed for some things because it's so hard. So make it happen by being you is look inside, find what's you and what's yours, determine what you want to keep, and then take action on it.
Yeah, beautiful answer. Do you have any specific thoughts on equality for women?
I do. I think.
I know you do. It's a bit of a loaded question.
Fair enough. I do, but I'm not sure I've ever expressed them publicly. I don't believe in equality for women. I think the fight for equality for women, or fighting for equality for women, is akin to fighting the war on drugs, and it can never be won because we're not equal. Men and women are different. Men are different from other men. Women are different from other women. We're different across cultures, creeds, nationalities, everything. We're different and we're similar. For me, we need to be looking for equity, because we won't find equality. I don't want to be equal to a man. I don't want to see the world in the same way. I don't want to actually be equal to anybody else. Sometimes that's a problem, but we love our individuality. So my thoughts on fighting for equality are that we need to change that word and fight for equity, because we can be unequal and be treated equally. We can be unequal and be treated fairly. We can be unequal and have the same salaries, the same positions in society, the same levels of respect and determination and ambition and drive and goals. So that they're my very brief thoughts on equality. Look for equity, and allow yourself to be different.
Yeah, beautiful. Love that. So 7th of March at Theo Mijas. Hope you can join us. Christine is going to be on stage sharing, wielding her wisdom on stage. So I really hope you can join us and come along and meet Christine. She'll also be at the event the night before on the 6th of March, which will be at the Food Room in Guadalmina Baja. And I'll be sharing more information about that at the end of the video. But for now, thank you, Christine.
You're very welcome. I'm very excited. Thank you for having me. And yeah, come along on the day. We're going to do some story shaping and help you lift your swords and wag those tongues. And I think you put in the notes of this video the links or the names of the places and stuff, maybe for people who don't know Spain very well.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be in the links below the video. Yeah.
Awesome. We look forward to seeing you. And thank you, Ali. Great conference. I loved it last year.
Thank you.